Hello guys, Assalamu alaikum. In today's lecture, we are going to learn how to build a diary app in Flutter. Right, first of all, we will create a new Flutter project. Project name will be diary app. Platforms will be only Android and iOS and uncheck others. So Android Studio is going to create a new Flutter project. Here you can see the basic Flutter project is ready. Let me remove some extra codes and comments. Now we will create our home screen. Let me add new directory, screens. Here inside another directory named as home. Inside home directory we will make a new dot file home screen, and inside home screen let me import material package, and then we will create stateful widget home screen. Here we will return scaffold. Right, inside scaffold first of all we will create our app bar. Title will be my diary. Right, let me center it. Right, now here we will pass our home screen. Right, the title let me change my diary, and let me remove debug banner. So keep in mind our application will be totally offline, right? It means when user will write any note and click on save button, the note will be saved in local storage of the device, right? It will not store any data online. So for this purpose we will use SQLite database. In a Flutter there is a package Sqflite. Let me show you. This is a package Sqflite. We will use this package, and in order to use this package we also need another package, name it as path. Right, now we will add these two packages in our project. First of all, let me add Sqflite Flutter pub add Sqflite. This package has been added. Now let me add path package Flutter pub add path. For now we just added these two packages, and then later we will see how to use these packages. I will show you official documentation. Now first of all, now we will focus on our front end. Right, let me run the application and test it. Here you can see application has been launched. So first of all, let me change this color deep purple to indigo. Right, now inside home screen we just added this app bar. Now I will add a floating action button with plus icon. Let me add floating action button on pressed. For now it will be an empty function, and in child I will add an icon of add. Right, you can see here floating action button. Let me change its background. Background color will be primary color. Theme of context of color scheme dot primary. Right, and foreground color will be white. Now it is looking good, nice. Now we will create a body part. In a body, I will add a list view, right, with padding 15. And in child, here we will add items. For example, when user click this button, add button, it will open a new screen, add note screen, that we will create later, right? And when user will enter any note and click on save button, the diary app will show here. It will show the all the notes here. Now we will create item of the notes, how it will look like. So inside home, I will create a new directory, widgets. Inside widget, I will create item node. Let me import material, stateless widget, item node, right, with container. Here inside container, I will add a row, and inside row at the left side I will create a box with round corner, and inside that box I will show date, right, month, day and year, right. There will be a container, I will design it later, and inside this one I will add another column. Here I will add, at the top I will show month name, right, month name December, DEC, right. After the month, here I will show the date, date will be 2, and inside date I will show year. For now I am just adding as a dummy, and later we will design it, right. So it was the box of the date, right. After that we will add here expanded widget, and inside expanded widget I will add another column, right. Inside column I will add title for the node, title, this is the title, and after this title I will add a description. Here is the description of this node, right. Now let me add these nodes here, item node. I'm just showing it for front end, right. You can see it is showing as a dummy, right. Now I will design it so it will look better, right. Let me give the decoration on this date box, decoration, border radius of 10, right. And for now let me give a red color as a background. You can see this is showing nice. Now I will give a padding. Let me add padding symmetric, horizontally 15 and vertically 5, right. Now let me update text styles for each text box. Let me change it. It will show a good style, text style, color will be white, white 70, right. For this one, style will be theme of text theme, title large, copy with, color will be white, and font weight will be bold. Now you can see it is looking better. Now we will change its text style, text style, color will be white 70, nice. Now we will add a space between these text. Here sized box with height of 3 and just copy and paste it below here. Now it is looking good. Now this part is complete for now. Now we will give style to our title and description, right? For this, first of all, we need to give some space between this date box and this expanded widget, right? Const sized box width of 15, right? It is enough. You can see our column. Inside our column it is showing in center, everything in center. So we need to show everything here inside the left side, right? We need to align this one in left side. So there is a property cross axis alignment. We set it start. Now it is showing in start, right? So let me give a style to the our title. Style theme of context dot text theme dot title medium. Nice, you can see it is looking good. Now let me give a style to our description. Let me give me a style to our description. Text style with font weight of W300. Height will be 1.5, right? It is okay for now. There is one thing is missing. We need to give a time here, right? You can see date at the left side. This box is the date box, and after the title here at the right top corner we will add time, right? So for this one we need to wrap our title with row. So inside this row we will add our text box, right? Here we will give a time, for example 12:30 p.m. and style will be theme of context dot text theme dot body small, right? So we will show it at the end. Let me add property main space between, right? You can see it is looking good. Now there is another main thing. Let me show some main points. For example, this is a title. You can see for now this is only on one line. For example, let me add some extra text in title. You can see here. Now here you can see it is creating an overflow issue. Let me add wrap this with expanded widget. Expanded. You can see still issue is same, right? Our title is taking 2 lines and we want to fit this title on one line. So there is a property inside text the max lines 1, right? So it will take only one line, but you know there is a text that has been cut, but we want to show 3 dots at the end of last character. So it will show that our text is carry on, right? To show this there is a property overflow, and overflow we can add ellipses, right? Now you can see it is showing 3 dots. It means our title is carry on, right? So it is good. Now let me add same thing for the description. So you can see for now our description is short. For example, this let me add it. I am adding a long description. uh, just for showing you. Now you can see it is not looking good. It is taking multiple lines, but we want to show only 3 lines here, right? In order to show 3 lines here, you can see set a property max lines 3, right? Right. That after that there is we can add overflow ellipses, right? Now it is looking good. One thing is remaining, to add margin. Here you can add margin const symmetrical vertically. Vertically we will add margin of 10. Now everything is looking good. You can see our home screen is ready. Now we will create our add node screen, right? Let me add here new screen, name it as add node. Inside add node I will create a dot file, add node screen, import material, stateful widget, add node screen, return scaffold, right? And here inside I will create a bar. Title will be text add node, right? Now when we will open this, let me add here inside floating action button. When user will click this button, then add node screen will be opened. Material, add node screen, right? Let me click this button. Now you can see our add node screen has been opened. Now we will design this screen. So here inside body we will add a column, and inside this column we will add 2 text fields, one for title and one for description. Let me add text field for title. Decoration, input decoration, hint will be title, right? Border, we will give a border, outlined input border, right? Here you can see. Let me add padding, wrap this column with padding. Padding will be 15, right? Now it is looking good. Let me give some border radius, circular 10. Now it is looking good. This is our text field for title. Now let me just copy and paste this for description. Start typing here, right? Let me give some space, 15. No, space is good. Now we want to expand this second text field on whole screen, right? Whole remaining part. We will add expanded, wrap this one with expanded widget, expanded. Now you can see it has been expanded on all the remaining part of the screen, but it is not showing, right? Let me add lines inside, max lines. If we add max lines 15, then it will show on whole screen. You can see here, right? Title and description, it is showing everything, right? It is looking good. Now we will add a button here at the top right of the corner, save button. When user write a note and click on save button, notes will be saved. So we can add here inside a bar, there is a property actions. Inside actions we can add icon button on press. For now it will be empty function, icon icon. Here icon name done. There is an icon done. Here you can see when user will click this button, the node will be saved, right? So one thing is missing. We need to give controllers to each text field, right? We will create here two controllers, title and description. Let me add final title text editing controller, final description text editing controller, right? Let me assign to this is title text field, controller will be title, and this is description, controller will be description, right? So our front end part is ready, right? Now we will move toward our backend part. Right? So for the backend part, we will create a new directory here, repository. Name it as repository, and inside this repository we will create our nodes repository, Here we will create a class nodes repository, right? This is our nodes repository. Here inside we will create our database, our local database, right? And insert, delete, update, all the operations we will make, create all the functions to perform each operation, right? So here we will create some variables like database name, column name, static, constant, db name, database name will be nodes database.db, and our table name will be nodes, right? Let me open the documentation how to use SQFlite. Here you can see the official documentation how to use SQFlite, right? Here you can read everything. They are showing an example of a dog, right? They will create a dog table in their database, and here you can see create the dogs table, insert a dog into the table, retrieve the list of dogs, update a dog in database, delete a dog from the database, right? So instead of dog we will use our node, right? Keep in mind here they are showing how to add dependencies. We already added these packages SQLite and paths, right? So here we need to create a model class. They have created a model class for the dog, but we will create a model class for our node, right? Here we will create a new folder directory, models. Inside models we will create node, a class name node, right? Here we will define the attributes of nodes, right? First of all we will create ID, right? You know, if you have any experience, your previous experience in any database, you know the ID is a very important thing, right? We can say it as primary key, right? I will create it, it will be nullable ID, right? After that you can see in our design we have two things, title and description, right? So in string there will be a title and description, right? And you can see here we have date and time, right? We need to show here date and time here, right? In order to use this in adult, there is a class date time class. We can name it as created at. Right, there will be an date time variable created at. It will store the date and time of the nodes when it was created. Right, here we will make the constructor of the node constructor. Here this dot id require this dot title, require this dot description, require this dot created. You can see we use a keyword required on all these three, but not with this id. Why? Because when we will create our new node, right, we need to pass three these three attributes, right? These three attributes are mandatory, right? But this id will be created in our database. We don't need to pass this id, right? I hope you got it. I hope you all got this, right? For now this is enough, right? Let me see the documentation. Here we have created our model class. Now we will create our database, right? In order to create database, first of all we need to add this line in main function. Here before runner we will add this one, right? Now this is a method we can create our database, right? If you see here this one, this is all the code, right? How to create a database, and inside database we will create a new table, right? Let me copy this one. Here open the nodes repository function class. Let me create a new function, name it as database, because this function will return us a database. Here we will create database. Let me import the packages. Right, let me remove this documentation, extra comments. And at the end we need to return this database, right? Here we will use a future database, right? Now you can see here we need to give our database name, but we already created a variable db name. Here we will give db name, right? Here you can see db.execute query. Here we will write our query. It will create our first table, right? Here you can see our table name is nodes, right? Here we will use nodes. This table name, dollar symbol with table name, right? Table. Here there will be an id, primary key, right? This id is here you can see integer id. This is the id, right? After that there is we will use here title, and its type will be text, and then we will use a description. Its type will be text, right? Here you can see in node we add these two things, right? Now we will add our created at, but this is not a string or text, this is a date time. So before storing it into the database, we will convert this one into text. It also will be a text, right? Here let me add created at, right? it will be also a text. Now here our database has been created. Now let us move forward. This is a method how to add how to insert uh, into the database. In order to add the data into our database, we first of all we need to convert this data into map, right? We can convert our dot object into map by this method, right? Here let me copy and paste it inside our node like this. Now here by this way we can convert our dot object into map. We don't need id, we will just use our title. Title will be title, description will be description, right? Now created at, right? Okay, here this is important step. So our created at, you can see this is our date time, right? Date time object. We will convert it into string dot to string, right? Now we are done for now. Now we will see how to insert data into our table. Here we will create our function insert function. This will be an async function, right? First of all we will get the instance of our database. Final db is equal to await database, right? We are going to access this function, right, by this way, right? So when user will call this insert function, it need to pass not object, right? Here let me add required not here. So when user will call this insert function, he will pass a not object, right? Here you can see here there is an insert dog function. Here user passed a dog, right? So here by this way we can add data into table. Let me copy and paste it here. Here the table name, our table name is nodes. Let me change the table name nodes. We need to add here node dot to map, right? This to map function is here, right? You can see it will convert our dot object into map, right? Key value pairs. Let me make these functions static. Insert also will be a static function. Static means for example this insert function is a static function. We can call it here by using its names, class names, nodes repository dot insert, right? We don't need to create the object of this nodes repository, we can call it directly. This is the benefit of static function, right? Now our insert function is ready. Now we will open our add node screen and call this function and will pass our data, right? First of all here we will create a new function, name it as insert node, right? And inside this we will call our insert function nodes repository dot insert. This is insert function. Here we need to pass our node. Here we will create our node. We need to pass three things, right? A title, description and created at, right? Let me format this. Here the title is title dot text, right? Description will be description dot text, right? And here created date, we need to give current date, right? Current date and time, date time dot now, right? It will give us current date and time, right? Here we will pass this node and we are done, right? It will add our data into the table. This is let me add await because this is an async function, right? Our insert node function is ready. Now let me add this here. Here you can see there is a button. Let me open this. This is a button, right? This is save button. Here we will call our insert function, insert node function, right? Oh, let me run the application, right? Let me try this. Title will be, this is first title, and inside description, here is the description of this node, right? Let me click the button. Let me see here if there is any error. You can see there is no error here. It means our node has been added successfully, right? Now our next step is we will fetch all the nodes from the database, right? Here you can see retrieve the list of dogs, right? But in our case we will retrieve the list of nodes, right? This is function. We will first of all we will make a function. Let me copy it here. Inside nodes repository we will create a new function, static, name it as get nodes, right? Async function, right? Here we will paste all the code here. Let me remove something. This will be like database will be, right? This is a way to fetch all the data from the table. Here table name, in our case table name will be table name, right? Now this maps variable has all the data from this table name, this table, right? Now you can see our whole data is in a maps, right? But we need our data in list of nodes, right? Here you can see there is a method to convert our list of map into list of node, right? In this case you can see there is a dog, but we have not our node, right? ID will be remain same, but here we have a title. Here we will use title. Here the same keys as we have used here, right? Title, description, created at, right? Here will be description, as string, it because this is a string, right? And third one is important, right? Created at, because this is date time, right? We need to convert our this string into date time, right? There is a method datetime dot parse, right? Here we will give maps I created at, right, as date time, right? I hope you all got this. Right, it will convert our list of maps into list of nodes. Here we will use future list of node. This function will return nodes, list of nodes, right? Now let me implement this in our home screen. You can see inside our home screen in a body part we just use a dummy data here. Now I will remove everything here. Right, I will use a new widget. There is a new widget, future builder. Right, let me add future here. There is a property name future. Here we will call a function or anything that will take time. Right, you can see nodes repository dot get nodes. Right, because get nodes function is a future function. Right, future, it means it will take a time. You can see await, here is await. Right, it will take some time. Right, so that is why let me open home screen. In our future builder, another parameter is a builder. Here inside there is a function. First parameter is context, second one is snapshot. Right, so here we can return a widget by using any condition. Right, for example, our we got a nodes list of nodes. Right, then we will show all the nodes here, and for example there is no data, then we will show a message empty. First of all, let me check if snapshot dot connection state is equal to done connection state dot done. Right, here we will check another condition, if snapshot dot data is equal to null. Its data is null, or snapshot dot data dot is empty. In this condition we will check if there is no data or a list is empty. Right, then we will show return a widget center child text empty. Right, it means when there is no data, right, it will show empty. Right, and for example there is a data. Right, then we will show a list view. Right, a padding will be 15 inside child. Right, here we will use a for loop to add the widgets. Right, for var node in snapshot dot data. Right, here we will add item node. Right, I hope you all got this. And if you can see this condition, if this condition is false, then we will return a size box. Right, nothing. Here you can see this part is important. Right, you know we already created an item node. Right, this one, this widget. Right, here we need to pass node in order to show the actual data. Final node. Let me add here required this dot node. Right, now instead of this dummy data we will show actual data. First of all we will show here, this is title. Instead of this we will show node dot title. Right, and here description. For now we are showing only title and description. Node dot description. Right, now here we need to pass the node. Here we can pass our node. Right, now you can see it is showing the data. Right, it is showing actual data. Right, because we have only one node in our table, so it is showing here. Right, now our title and description part is okay, but we need to show the date. Right, date and time here, right? How we can show? Let me open item node right here. There is a package of Flutter package Intel. This package is used to format the date and time, right? You can see read the documentation here, right? Now we will add this package in our project Flutter pub add Intel, right? Now we will use this package to format our date and time. Let me use it here. You can see here we just hard coded this December DEC, right? Now here we will use our date time date format function, date format. So this is a function of date format. Here we will use for format dot format. Here we will pass our date, not dot created at. Now here we can pass our string to format the date, right? Here we can use date time dot abbreviation month, a month abbreviation, right? So in this way we can format the date and time. Let me add here, let me add date format. Let me date format. Here we need to show day of month, month day, right? Dot format, not dot created at. You can see we are formatting our date and time with the help of this created at variable. Here you can see, right? Right. Here this is a year. Let me date format dot year. Here we don't need to format, we can write directly node dot created at dot share dot toString, right? Right. You can see here it is showing December 2, but we need to show only, we want to show only 2. Day. Right. Now you can see it is okay. One thing is remaining. This is time, right? Here we can format this time also. Date format dot hours minutes dot format, not dot created at. Now you can see it is also showing time. Let me add another note. Give any title and description and click add. Here you can see it is not showing, so we need to restart the app in order to show updated notes. Let me restart. Now you can see it is showing another note, so we need to refresh each time to show updated notes. Here we can add a button, an icon button in actions, icon button on pressed. Here in on pressed let me give set state, right? Icon refresh, right? So here we can update the notes, refresh the notes by clicking this button. Let me try this. Add a new note and click save. Now let me check Right, you can see it is showing updated nodes. Now one thing is remaining. When a user will click on each node, it should open the uh, same screen with content. Here inside this one, let me wrap this with gesture detector. Gesture detector on tab. Here inside on tab, here we will move toward node screen, add node screen, but we need to pass the current node inside this screen. Let me add an optional node nullable, right? It's nullable mean it is not mandatory to pass this dot node, right? After that, let me add a new function, init function. This is init. It will call when we will open this screen. So here we will check if widget.node not is equal to null, right? Widget.node means this node. If this node is not null, then we will update the text. Title.text is equal to widget.node.title, right? Description.text is equal to widget.node.description, right? Now let me test it. If I click this button, let me add here node. Let me click on this node. You can see it has opened a node screen with content, right? Now we need to add another function in nodes repository to update. This was insert function. Now we will add update function. Let me open the documentation. Here, by using this way, we can update our node. Let me copy it. Static update required node async, right? Database, here table name will be table name. Dog, in place of dog we will add a node.toMap, node.id, right? Let me remove comments. So this function will update our node, right? Here in add node screen, let me add new function. Here let me copy and paste insert function, right? Update node. Here we will create same, but in created at we will add our widget dot node dot created at, right? Because we are going to update the node, right? So the previous date will be used, previous date, actual date of the nodes. Here instead of insert we will use update, so it will update our node. Here we can use it in on pressed. We can use a condition if widget dot node is equal to null. It means we are going to create a new node, right? we will use insert node, and if it is not null, then we will use update node, right? In this way it will update our nodes. Let me test this. There is an exception. Let me remove this. Right, no, it will work. Here, this is first title. Let me change it to this is second title. No, let me update this. Now we will check if it is updated or not. So here you can see it is showing an exception because we don't pass an ID. Here inside add node, update node, we need to pass ID. Here ID will be widget.node.id, right? Now it will work. You can see there is no error. Now it will update our node. Let me refresh. Here you can see the node has been updated, right? Now we have insert update, right? Now we will add a new function to delete. We want to delete this node, right? Here we can create a new function, delete. Here we will pass node async. If you see the documentation, here is method how to delete data from database. Let me copy and paste it here. Database will be database. Here table name will be table name. Here ID will be node.id, right? Now here inside item node, here inside add node screen, we can add new function, delete node async function. Here we can call nodes repository dot delete. Here we will pass our widget.node, right? And then when this node will be deleted, we will use here and then function, and inside this function we will close this screen navigator.path, right? This is a way. Now if you open this screen, here we will add our delete icon here before save button. Let me add new button on pressed icon delete, right? Let me use it before this one. Here you can see. Now for example, a user click on this button plus, then it should not be show here, right? It will only be show when user click here, right? So we can check the condition here. If widget.node is equal to null, not is equal to null, then this button will be show, otherwise it will show size box, right? I hope you got it. Now if we click here in order to create new node, then delete button will be hide, right? And if you click already existing nodes, then delete button will visible. Now when user click delete button, let me show a dialog. Show dialog context alert dialog. Here inside alert dialog, let me add content text. Are you sure you want to delete this node? Right. Here in actions we will add two buttons, text buttons. First function will be no child. No. When user will click this button, it will show a dialog. Here we just add no, right? No. When user will click no, it should disable this dialog, right? Here user can navigator dot pop, right? In this way dialog will be hide, right? No and okay. Now we will create a button for yes. Here yes, right? Here after this line, here we need to call our delete function, delete node function, right? In this way. Now let me delete this node. When user will click delete button and click yes, it will delete the node. This node has been deleted, but we need to refresh in order to see the changes. Let me refresh it. Right, you can see our app is working nicely. Only one thing is missing. We did not use state management in our app, so that we need to refresh each time in order to see changes, right? If you are interested to learn state management, so tell me in comments. I will create new lectures, new tutorials on state management, right? I hope you all got it, how to create diary app using SQLite, right? Okay, good luck.